What's up, guys? Thanks for joining the channel. And in this video is the OnePlus Nord N10 5G still worth it around 9 months later? Let's go ahead and take a look. So originally launched around January of 2021, it is now 9 months later and is the OnePlus Nord N10 5G still a good phone? And I'm gonna say yes. And let me give you all the reasons why you should still pick one up. And the first reason is probably going to be the price. Now, right now, this phone is available for around $300 if you get it brand new and unlocked from OnePlus. But now you could get it for used around starting at $135. And you could still get it at Metro by T-Mobile prepaid for only $50. So the price point is still a very great positive for this phone, but that's only the beginning. So this phone has a 90 hertz display refresh rate. So that's awesome. That's still better than some Google phones. That's still better than some more expensive devices. So 90 hertz refresh rate is still one great reason to pick this phone up, especially at that cheaper price point. You get a 1080p display, which gives you PPI density of 406. So anything in the 400 range is definitely going to make this phone a great display. That PPI right there is just awesome. Some phones that are around this price range, brand new, only have a 720 display that have 5G. So this one definitely, for that price point, for 90 hertz refresh rate, that's pretty awesome right there. Another good reason to pick this phone up is, although it's only running Android 10, it's running a stock version of Android with Oxygen OS on top, which makes it for a very clean and fast and crisp experience. It's not really bogged down by any type of heavy skin like Samsung or LG back in the day. So you're pretty much going to get, it's going to feel very speedy, and paired with that Snapdragon 690 processor, it'll even be even faster and smoother. Now that sits right in the middle between a high-end processor and a low-end processor, which will be perfect for the type of people that are buying this device. 99% of people using this device and 99% of apps out there will run perfectly fine. People will not notice any type of major slowdowns. And compared to flagship processing, this is still pretty good, and you won't notice any real differences in performance. Another good reason to pick up this phone is its internal storage, starting at 128 gigs. Now, there's a lot of phones out there that are more expensive that have the same amount of internal storage, and that's very important. That's where you're going to store your apps, your photos, your videos, your music, all that good stuff. And if that's still not good enough for you, it has the micro SD card slot, so you can expand it even without any effort. Another good reason to pick up this phone is 6 gigs of RAM. Now, that is a perfect amount of RAM for most people. It sits right in the middle. It's not overkill. It's not underpowered by any means. So you can have definitely several apps in the background, and you can get back to them without them crashing or refreshing or anything like that. So yeah, 6 gigs of RAM is pretty good for what you get with this price. Next thing is the camera. Now, it has 4 cameras in the back. 64 megapixel main camera, 8 megapixel ultra wide, 2 megapixel depth, 2 megapixel macro, and it shoots in 4K. Now, this sits right in the middle. You're not going to be blown away with a flagship level camera, but you're not going to be underwhelmed either. And especially having that ultra wide camera, that sits very, very nice. So you're going to be very happy with this camera, especially at this price point. Notice a trend that I'm talking about. All these great things that this phone has, and it really is even magnified even better because of that price point. You can get this phone for $135 or as low as $50 brand new when you go out prepaid. Let's see, what else do you get? You get a headphone jack. Not a lot of phones have that. It's kind of not as popular as before, but there's still some people that could use that headphone jack to connect it to your car, to a speaker, or if you want to record with a microphone or something like that. So that's still helpful for a lot of people. So this phone also has NFC. That's another feature that is just really great to have. So that's something that lower end phones at around the same price point or even cheaper do not have that. And the fingerprint readers on the back, it's not something that's very special, but it's something that's very popular and is still very I still feel very comfortable with the rear fingerprint readers. Sometimes those in-display readers, they're kind of finicky. And one of the better reasons to get this phone is the big battery. It has a 4,300 milliamp battery. That's going to pretty much take you a guaranteed 1 day of battery life, and even 2 depending on your usage. That's a phone, doesn't matter what kind of specs it has, if it dies before you're ready to stop using it, yeah, the phone's going to be useless. And then also, a really great feature is that this phone offers fast charging at 30 watts. So even with that big battery, if you do need to manage to get some charge, you're going to get right back up and running in a short amount of time. So those are some really, really great specs for this price point. And you can get it used, so that means you don't have to actually switch services or go to a physical store. This one could be found on sites like my personal favorite is Swappa. You can go to eBay, Amazon, Craigslist, Facebook, Marketplace, whatever. And this device could be found with no strings attached for as low as $135. So that's a really great price. And this phone, since it hasn't been, it's been released less than a year ago, the used models, the battery's probably not going to be as worn down as older devices. So that's one thing to keep in mind, is the older the device is, more likely the more damaged and drained the battery is. So it's safe to say if the phone is less than a year old, the battery should still hold quite a bit of charge. But yeah, this is you pair all these things together: stock version of Android, the great battery, the great processor, the internal storage, the RAM. It's an all-around great package for this price point. So let me know what you guys think. I appreciate it if you guys subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace.